I'm a fish, twerking like a fish. I'm alive. The YouTubers officially told me that I'm alive again, and it's always good to know that I'm living another day. Here in my garage again. I'm standing, not sitting, so the camera is at a different angle. Henceforth, why it's so dark. But I was working on my fancy chair because I started making these real redneck a cup holder, pretty much. Something I could store something in, mainly so I could get the speaker in there. I've got a subwoofer underneath the seat, and then I need to build a small shelf on the other side for the other speaker. And I'll have a badass outside chair that has its own speaker system. It'll be awesome. I was going to try to work on my Dractor tonight, which you can slightly see. I can't see it all. This thing right here, it's hard to see. It's dark. Still much more to clean in the whole garage and everything like this, but I've got this big light. It's a really big light that I normally just use like little light bulb socket things. Like this is a shop light that's hanging above us now, and I have a little light that's over top of my dog's thing. Regardless, it's pretty dark back here, and if I got this light hooked up and running, it'd supply a whole lot of fucking light to this garage. At least hang it right over the middle here, like right up here somewhere in the rafters, and get it to illuminate everything a lot better. So that's pretty much my plan at the moment tonight. How's it going, Martin? It's good to see you here, man. Just gonna do some work in the garage, you know what I'm saying? Flexing the muscles. I gotta move this chair out the way that weighs now a couple 50 pounds heavier because I just added a bunch of wood and shit to it, but it's okay. Once I finish getting all the rest of the shit cleared out of here, I can be able to move it around much easier. Plus, I was thinking of maybe putting some caster wheels on it, so I'll be able to tip it back and roll it around. Maybe not be so problematic moving around. So I'm probably going to be out of frame here and there this evening as I'm moving the stuff around and getting this light ready to be hooked up. I'm going to be in and out of the camera, so I apologize. It's also really fucking cold outside. So lucky me. Always decide to do things when it's, when it's cold. But it'd be so much nicer to see in the video. The quality of the video would be so much nicer because you'd be able to see me so much better. That it's so worth it to add another light. I gotta get that ladder over there. Oh, so much stuff always in the way. Oh, don't break my chair. All right. So how's your night going, Martin? What have you been up to today? I need to find the chain that I have going somewhere. I had a chain that I set off to the side. I swear it was up there staring me in the face. I'm going to see if I can somehow make this fit to this in a safe enough manner to allow me to hang it. Maybe you're just like me the other night, where it was just my insomniac ability to stay up extremely late finally caught up with me, and I finally crashed. And it was amazing. That was last night. I was a tired boy. It's already got the post it has on it. Simply just testing things out right now. Trying to think of the best way to set this up. The dog is being whiny because she can't see what I'm doing. She can hear me making noises, but she can't see what I'm doing because she stays up later when she can see what I'm doing. See that? Izzy, lay down. So that would work, and it would hang, but no, because then it would have to have. I guess I could just put some screws and hang it. Decisions. What happens if I bend this around? And this is probably the most exciting stream you've ever seen. I'm actually doing something. Something constructive that will help both you and I in the future of these streams. I could have waited and done this tomorrow during the day, but I figured, screw it. Let's do it on stream. The wind is really strong outside. This one more time. About as redneck of a chain you can get going here. Yeah, we're good. Definitely not the same height. Oh well. We win some, we lose some. That's what happens when you do everything half-assed. I could probably pick this up. Thank God that thing is moving. All right, just like that. When I move, you move, just like that. Hell yeah. Hey, DJ, bring that back. Whew. So pretty much I didn't do a whole lot of cleaning today because Ohio is fucking cold today. It snowed this morning. And yeah, so just wait for a shitty day. Need this. YouTuber falls off ladder while making live stream. Breaks arm or something. That's not even close at all to what we need to be. Oh, I hate it when that happens. Don't have no here. Right. That's one down. Come on. I need to get another screw. Put this one up. Yeah. One right here, maybe. Mark the wood a little bit with it. Let's see where I gotta put it in there. Definitely gonna add a couple more screws in up there because that thing is barely holding on. I've seen that many people are here, so I'm sorry you're left all alone, Martin, with no one even to talk to and chat. I'm trying to do my best to pay attention to you and chit chat with you while also trying to hang this massive light so we can all have some decent lighting while I make these videos. Mm-hmm. Does not work. This guy. Bring it there. So she's solid. Whew. Oh, you got a little bit of snow in New York too? Yeah. I don't know. Did your guys' actually stick? Ours never stick to the ground, fortunately. I mean, it's cold enough where I feel like it probably could stick to the ground if it snowed now, but let's see what my weather says. It says it's 37, but I feel like, no, it's okay. It says it's 37, but I feel like it's colder than that. My fingers are frozen already. Might have to end up turning on my little baby heater out here for a little bit, get my fingies warm again, but that looks not too bad, right? I mean, it's hanging from the rafters, that's why you see it this way. But then we'll hook up the other side to it and we'll swing it up. It'll hang from the rafters and then boom, it should give adequate lighting down here. And obviously the chain looks kind of long on this one side already, but I can adjust that once it's up. But I got to go over there on the other side of the garage to get the other chain because it's still hanging from the wall or hanging from the ceiling from another time that I hung something once from my ceiling. Don't actually remember what it was, like why I put it here, but it sure is up there. I don't know if you're going to be able to reach it. Fortunately, there's a tire here. It's nothing really steady. All we need to do is make it to that. Switch my feet. Get this light here, and this light here. This guy. Oh, shit. Electricity for a second. Oh, oh. Imagine that. You put all your weight and pressure on something, and then you cut the thing that you're holding on to, it falls, and so do you with it. Not really saying I was so surprised that I did, but of course it smashed the shit out of my finger, which makes, could have done that better, but here we are. We done it. We making plays out here. All right. Hi, baby coffee. Please don't chew up the tractor seat. I would much appreciate it if you did. This is the part of the stream where I'm going to disappear for a little bit. So I apologize. The disappeared map you're going to have. But I got to set this other one up on this back side now. Honestly, it's held in there enough where you should be able to trust it. But yeah. Black wire, a white wire, and a green wire. So, not some crazy wire scheme. You can just plug it into a fucking outlet. So I'm gonna set it up for, at least for now. And then I'll have to run some more electric back here and hook it up directly onto its own line. I have no idea if these are even the same thing. I'm just hoping they are. Also, I have real no idea if these lights even work. I'll be completely honest about that. They got torn out of the building. A building that was being like refurbished in a sense. So I figured that they probably still worked. So I took them. And but I never actually saw that they worked. So they could very well be burned out or broken. It'd be a shitty way of finding it out, doing all this work and then setting it up and then finding out it doesn't work. But I'd much rather do all the work and find out it doesn't work with it plugged in, because then all I'd have to do is get new light bulbs for it. Hello, Rachel. It's okay. We are. I'm just trying to set this light up, hanging it up in my garage, so that I have more light in here for the future. It's four light bulbs, or no, it's 3 light bulbs, 3 big light bulbs. But they might not work. They might work. I don't know if they work. I'm gonna set it up and then hope that they work, because it should light up the rest of this garage. But now where'd that chain go? What did I do with the chain? I think it fell. What did I thinking about? Oh no. It did not fall. It was sitting right here. All right, so that looks decently well, good enough for what we need her to do. Oh, just gonna twist this old girl up, just like we twisted up the other one. So she don't move on us. Now we twist up this old girl, she also don't move around on us. cut myself. I hurt myself, puppy. The puppy's looking at me like, what are you doing over there? What are you doing? Alright, I'll come over here, check the chat. Looks like we got information going on. Oh, stop acting like you're not a good looking girl. You know you are. But this light, if it lights up as bright as I'm hoping it will, the tractor should be like perfect. This crappy light above me isn't doing shit. No. Here's the risky part. I gotta pick this thing up. I've only tried to fasten it to the wall like I did the other ones, but I gotta hope that the ones I put in on this side don't fall, as well as trying to get this other side in with it not falling either. Oh, really? You would pay me $20 if I let it fall on me? I want that cash money in hand. We doing it? No, I'm not gonna do it. That would suck. Ow. This is YouTube gold. This is where Matt falls and hurts himself. At least got it up to the ladder. That's good. Okay. Well, put in a screw in this one right here. And here we go. Seems to be decent so far. Gotta find the other screw to put up so it can be actually hanging by all four of them. Just guessing and putting. All right. Here. There we go. And that, my friends, is how you do that. Whew. I did it. Looks a little cattywampus, but I did it. What? Is Yup Yup Mike? Yep. That's a very interesting name, regardless to if that's Mike or not. I've never seen that in my life. Yep. What's so cattywampus about this? Oh, yeah, I see what's going on here. So the back one needs to go up by one. At least. I almost fell down. Oh, well, I kind of screwed myself over on that one, didn't I? Definitely higher in the back now. Whatever. Good enough. Good enough for government work, that's what I'm saying. I get loud noises. That's for damn sure. It's John. Oh, well, hello, John. Glad that you also offered $25 to have that thing hit me in the head. That's much appreciated. Yeah, fuck it. Who needs a ground wire anyways, you know? Ground wires, oh, maybe I can't use these. I might be able to if I can get some exposedness on this wire over here. Ripping off wire. Yeah, that worked out well. Oh, wait a minute. It looks, what is that? What is that? Is that rock? Yeah, oh, there's a rock between these prongs. How exciting. Do I remember you? No, I do not. Sorry. It's a cool name. Yup is a cool name. Interesting. Oh. Oh. Ow. I just smacked my knee into my tractor and it hurt. Met at Thirsties. I remember meeting people at Thirsties, but I don't remember. Yeah, if it would make complete sense to think that I was at Thirsties and was drunk as fuck. I every time that I've been there, last summer, winter, what I think it was last winter, it was a riot. I got all kinds of fucking hammered. Hammered. I like to get drunk. I need to find my wire strippers. I know they're somewhere around here. I always find them when I don't need them. Never have them when I need them. Those aren't wire strippers. And a razor blade would have been nice as well. Never have anything I need when I need it. Seems to be a common occurrence in my life. So how's everybody's nights going? Anybody doing anything exciting? Like trying to wire a light that would go much easier if they had a specific tool that stripped wires, or even a razor blade that would allow the wire to easily be shredded. Whereas I have a big knife that I don't want to. Hello, Michael. I don't want to do too much damage. Ow, I got smoke in my eye. I just tried to do a little bit. Already smoke in my eye. Oh, that actually worked out pretty well. Except for it was on the one wire I don't even need stripped, so that's great. Glad I did that. Just gotta be really careful because if I slip off, I could cut my finger with this really sharp knife. It's working out better than I thought it would. This knife is big and bulky, but sharp enough to cut right through this plastic, this hard outer plastic piece that I can't seem to. Oh man, this black wire is super fucking short. No, this knife is definitely not OSHA approved. That's absolutely not. I mean, I guess realistically, it's just a normal knife, so I guess it could be, but probably not. So yeah, I'm unsure. Is the big prong supposed to be positive, or is the little prong supposed to be positive? I think it's the big one. Oh well, if we get it wrong. Oh well. Keep getting smoke in my eye. I'm sorry I'm not talking, people. That's why you need to be conversing amongst yourselves in the chat just momentarily until I get this light figured out and we could be all lit up. Okay, no. Something's going bang, 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 bang. That's annoying. This wiring is definitely not OSHA approved wiring either. I don't have a wiring nut. I don't have any electrical tape. Oh wait, maybe I do. No, I sure don't. I think it's inside. This is merely just a test, just to see if this light works. Because it would be so much nicer if it worked. Unplug this heater. Get this extension cord over there. Yes. Thank you. Yep. I did do that. I have some electrical background. I just was unsure of myself, but I'm glad somebody else out there reassured me because that's how I did wire it up. We should be good to go at this point. I mean, you just gotta make sure not to let that wire touch anything metal, which It's really easy when it's hanging down around a lot of metal. Oh, look, the wire came off. Oh, well. Just need you to stay long enough to let me test you, bro. Doesn't have to be a forever thing. All right, let's redo this white wire a little bit as well, just to make sure it stays where it's at. And do I have any form of tape out here? I have not the right kind of tape. I have like pipe tape. Oh shit! I'm not afraid to get electrocuted by no fucking extension cord that's supplying power from hundreds of feet away from me. Be quiet. I need to find something useful. Hmm. Hmm. Interesting. No form of tape anywhere to be seen. Okay. Casting it. Casting that bitch. Holy shit. Oh, baby. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Look how much light there is now. You can see the full, you can see the back of it. I did it. I did it. It's all lit up now. Look how beautiful I look from over here. All the bulbs are on, but realistically, I think they're just cold. And once they warm up, they should actually get brighter. Still none of the lit, but still definitely a lot more bright and a lot easier for me to work on the drafter and actually have you guys see what the fuck you're looking at. Awesome. I'm excited. Look at that. We did that together, guys. I mean, I did it. I did all the work and all the heavy lifting and all the planning and the designing and the this and the that, but you were there giving me support and informational support, and that's just as important. Now you can see the tractor better. You can only see the steering wheel on the front end. Izzy, be quiet. Be quiet. Quiet. My dog's crying because keep moving around her. She's going to bed. She's wondering why she's in bed. I'm out here moving around doing stuff. You need to lay down. Lay down. Did you lay down? It's not nighttime. You go sleepy. Lay down and go sleepy. Yeah. Anybody else proud of me? Anybody? Nobody? Oh, they did all this work. And nobody out there is like, congratulations, Matt. You officially hung a light in your garage. Nobody cares of my success. Quite sad. Really. When you think about it, quite sad. What? How did this happen? How does this happen? You were completely. What? That's crazy. That's crazy talk, dude. The wires are out for each other, man. God damn. What happened? Oh, shit. That came off.
You let them niggas rob you when you still ain't get no get back home. I don't get that. I kill you for it, miss that cake. Love like Halo, Call of Duty, get you shit back, baby. Draco got no kickback, take a Draco to the kickback. Molly 10, it look like Sinbad selling Molly. I'm my dispatch, Maxo Jordan, Maxo Kobe, you can't hold me.
Sorry. I just had to play some rap music to make sure that I had my sound system hooked up correctly. And it worked. I don't know if it's what exactly it is, but it's a 1200cc Suzuki. That's what I do know about the bike. It's 1200 cc's. It's a Suzuki, and it hasn't ran in 15 years. Now the only slight danger about this light is the exposed wires that I need to get covered up, but I don't know. Oh, actually, wait a minute. Where did that box go? I had a box I remember moving recently that had some. So here it is. Had some small wire nuts in it. I might be able to turn it off and use some of these guys as I think it was wire nuts. Maybe I'm being mistaken. Maybe there are no wire nuts. Oh no, there's wire nuts, but they're small. I don't know if there's any bigger ones or these are the biggest ones we got. Let's see. Nope, that one doesn't got anything in it. This one's just got all the same size wire nuts in it. And that's the bottom of the box. And let's see what's over in this pile. Some gears and a bunch of screws. Nope. So pretty much these are the only wire nuts I got, and they are small. Will they work? I have no idea. But we're gonna see. Yeah, we're gonna have to unplug it. Just have to touch that there wire. Shock me. Actually, you can touch one wire at a time and still be safe, but this one worked. Hopefully it stays. This one. I'll do. It's this. Yeah. Water got all kind of jumbled up here. Figure out the best way to get this. That one's definitely smaller. Maybe the smaller one would work better.
All right. So that there just made that 10 times safer. Ooh. Now got some wire nuts on that there wire, so we don't have to worry about accidentally electrocuting ourselves. Yes, my friend, this is a Ford Taurus seat from my 1999 Ford Taurus that I no longer own. But I made it into a garage seat that has built-in speakers. So that way when I'm chilling in my garage, I got my speakers in my nice, comfortable, relaxing chair. Is that a Lowe's ladder in the background? No, I'm gonna say no. I know that the biggest ladder, which you can probably hardly see, but this ladder right here, this is just a little metal ladder that has no branding on it. And I'm sure it's probably from the 90s. But there's a bigger ladder in the back there. You can see the silhouette of it. And that's a 15-foot ladder. And I have no idea where it came from, but I know that it used to be the street departments. But when the city was going through all their stuff and they were getting rid of all their old stuff, they gave all their ladders away. My dad took one home with him. I enjoy everybody's I was actually just saying I'm surprised that people were actually able to pick things out from the background. It was like I don't really know what's most of the shit really, but most of it still gotta get thrown away. There's a 3D printer in the back there. I don't know if you can see it behind the ladder that I built. That's a little rough. This is the tractor that needs rebuilt. You need to try to figure out a way to get this. Well, this is what I got. This is the axle that it needs to use. This hole is straight up and down compared to this out side to side. But this one, since this is for a four-wheeler, it's at an angle because it's supposed to be cambered when it's sat. And I don't want the camber. So now what I have to do is figure out a way how to forge heat this up and bend this part flat straight across so it lines up with this hole so that I can use this on my quad or on my four-wheel or on my tractor and use the quad wheels for the front end wheels because I need weight and I need better handling. I had tiny flat tires in the front before, and every time I would go fast, the tires would turn and I'd just keep going straight. They had no tread and no air, so they just slid and there was no bueno. Plus, there's no being weight in the front. It had no weight to give it traction even if it wanted to, so that's why it just slid. But if I have two four-wheeler tires on the front of it, she'll be solid. So I also need Mike to come over again sometime soon, Rachel, and break the other axle free from the other four-wheeler tire I have, or I can bring my tire over to your house and he can pop it free. Either way, I need Mike to do it because he's the one that disconnected this first one for me, and I don't have the tools to do it. He's the only person that can do it. He needs to be the savior. And if Mike wanted to be even more of my savior, he would give me that large engine that they used to have inside the skidster at work that they don't use anymore. And he could totally let me use it and put it on my tractor. If I've asked him many times and he says I can have the engine, but he never brings it home, so I never have it. If we put this on this tractor would do like 50 miles per hour. And it would be amazing to do 50 on this tractor. Try to fix that door a little bit because I don't got no door, so I'm just putting a piece of wood and a piece of foam up to try to block this wind because God, Ohio has got some ridiculously strong cold wind tonight. And it's blowing hard, so it's blowing right inside the garage, freezing my nips off in here. Yep. Yep. I could work more on my seat, but the seat involves me having to use this guy, and it seems to go make a lot of noise when it goes. And I don't want to wake everybody else up that's sleeping because it is 11 o'clock at night. Normal people are sleeping at this hour, so I don't really want to work on the chair anymore. Then trying to think also, I mean, I don't really have much else I can do on the tractor. I mean, I could guess I could take this and try to have to get the fucking bolt off this back part, but I put this piece of wood on the tractor. It gave it some more height. Slash, it gave me something to the engine too, but I don't know. Trying to think of. It all depends on what engine I use in the future. I've got oh, that sucks. But the truck's got a flat. Then I see the engine that I want to put on it, that the one that Mike said that I could have and we could use it. I think, I don't remember 100%, but I think that thing's like a 30 or 40 horsepower like engine, and that thing would go fast as fuck on here. It went fast as hell with a 5 horsepower. If you had 40 horsepower on this tractor, you could do some insane wheelies. You could take it down south, and there's never would be a hill that you could ever get stuck on because the gearing in the rear end of this tractor is amazing. And then I also have some bigger engines that I could put on. I have a 2-stroke, a 250 2-stroke snowmobile engine I could put on it. But then we're talking like not only is it going to be fast, it's going to be like scary. Like with the other big engine, it will weigh enough where if you throttle into it, you could start slow and pick up your speed. But if we put the 250 2-stroke snowmobile engine on this tractor, it's going to stand straight up, do wheelies, fall over, probably kill somebody because it's way too small and weighs so little. Something like that size would be way too big for it without modification. If I can get these tires switched over and have these tires on it, it's going to add about 100 pounds to the front end of this tractor, which is helpful, extremely helpful. But it might still have to, and then plus the engine weight, they'll say the engine weighs 80 more pounds, so there's almost 200 pounds added. But I don't know. It's got a few things to figure out. Obviously, the work on this axle I'll have to do with the forge. I might live stream myself trying to forge this thing because I really don't think it's going to work. Making this one go that way so it lines up with this hole right here, because this thing was fucking hammer forged by a machine, not designed for some human to be heating it up with a forge, beating on it with a hammer and actually having it work. But I don't know. We'll see, I guess. It'd be so amazing just to get this thing to work on its own. Because I'd have to change a lot on this thing to get it to work without using these guys, or even just trying to use this guy, but instead of using a rod on one side or the other, actually just put a bolt and clamp on this one and bolt and clamp on this one. I'd still have to add quite a lot to this tractor just to get it to do that. And again, that would involve a welder, and I don't have a welder, but Mike has a welder, but it's at his work, and the tractor's here, and it would be so much of a pain in the butt to try to load this thing up and get it there. But then it would be also 10 times more confusing for me to try to mock something up and explain it to Mike and ask him if he would take it to work and weld it for me, because it would just be a mess. So if I don't get this to work, I really am not sure what else to use with the tractor. I mean, I gotta modify something to make it work, but I built custom axles for it, and after building custom axles for it, I learned that this post right here is tapered. You can see it starts up here, it's skinny, and it gets down here and it's fat. Yeah, but I don't know if maybe he's gotten a different welder in time, but the last welder that he was able to bring home was his Harbor Freight welder that doesn't really weld things very well. I mean, I do have things in this garage that I've welded with that are still together, but they would never be anything that I would want to trust to put a lot of weight and pressure onto. And so I'd be afraid that it wouldn't make a good enough weld, and the whole front end of the quad or the tractor would just snap off whenever we tried to actually do something with it. Because it's obviously going to be holding the whole steering and everything like that, so we need it to be super strong. So if he has a new welder or something that's even nicer than the one he used to have, that would be able to do it, then that'd be dope as fuck to bring it over and spend an hour or two just busting out some welds where I need them, and this thing would be together so much faster. But it needs to be secure, trustworthy. I'll show you one of the tires. I don't know where the second tire went off to, which is a little bit scary because you kind of have to have two tires. I think it might be outside, to be honest, but the other tire I have, it's on the floor. I'd show it to you, but I got a messy floor still trying to get everything out of the way. It's actually really clean compared to what it was a couple days ago, but that little 5 horsepower motor sitting on top of the tire as well, or else I'd try to do the time of digging it up out. Oh, well, I have not seen his new welder, so he will have to enlighten me with his new fancy welder, because I have not seen it. And like I said, the last one was just a Harbor Freight one that definitely can tack things together, but was not something you would want to use to weld and trust that it was going to hold like a lot of weight. That's pretty much why I want to make it, because I really want to take it down south, load it up in Mike's truck. We don't have a fucking quads to go ride down south anymore, so it'd be fun as fuck to throw this thing in the back, go out in the field, be able to cruise fucking 40, 50 miles per hour from one side of the field to the other. Take it to a hill somewhere and just fucking climb a hill, because like I said, it's third gear is, I forget the gear ratios now. I have them written down somewhere, but the third gear, the one in the back, which is the drive gear, with a 3 horsepower motor, and the way that the gears, it's got a dual gear system, so it's got the shifter that shifts a gear, and yeah, exactly. And then you could take the pit bike, and the pit bike would be perfect for that tractor. Like the speeds would be pretty much adequately the same. Um, but the gears and that, with what gears in the transmission and what gears in the rear end of um, that tractor, you could do 15 miles per hour with a 3 horsepower. So if you think about the gearing and everything, I mean, we're talking easily should be able to make 45, 50 miles per hour, 60 maybe. If you really want to take it that far, it'd be a bit sketchy, but probably could do it. It definitely would give us more things to play around with down south. And I mean, she's old and she's beat. I'm not going to be fucking crying if we take it out one time and it breaks. I'm used to how things work for us, but I think she's got enough life in her to to give us a good couple summers worth of beating on her before she'd have any too much wear and tear on her. Probably more transmission and rear end problems than anything. But it's a wheel horse. And Wheel Horse was owned by Mack Truck Company. These lawnmowers are literally notoriously known for being indestructible. So if you watch people do like those lawnmower tractor pulls, stuff like that, a lot of people use the 90s Craftsman bodies or the 70s wheel horses. Izzy, stop crying. You're supposed to be going CP. Lay down and go CP. Lay down. If she's already laying down, that's why she's probably like, but I can't because I'm already here. Let's see, we got another project that I think Mike would be interested in, but that's dope. Yeah, see, we had Honda Foremans down south too that we could ride on. That's why we were spoiled on going down south and having good fun riding Honda Foremans. But now we don't have them anymore, so we can't ride them. But that little quad that fucking Cyrus bugs me about all the time, asking me if he can have it. I have the identical street bike version of that. I have the American Racing 50cc like pit bike. Or it's not pit bike, it's like a crotch rocket. It's just a little mini rocket, but it's a 50cc and it's made by the American Racing Company. Yeah, I usually try and drive up trees as well. I have photos of me being inside of trees actually. It's all right, Rachel. It's actually quite ironic the amount of people in this world that actually have such similar qualities to me that I've met on YouTube that it really doesn't scare me anymore when somebody ends up talking exactly like me, or exactly how we are. We had Honda Foremans. I was always the one driving up in trees, getting stuck in them, and having people laugh that I was the one taking out trees in the first place. It's how you have fun. It's how to have fun in life. Hey, Martin, thank you for showing up, bro. Have a good night. Sleep well. I'm sorry you're so tired, but I hope you get your good night's sleep tonight, like I got mine last night. So I'm a lot more alive today. Plus, I played a lot of video games with Rachel earlier, so I had a lot of time to not waste all my energy. Yeah, of course I drink Budweiser. It's the only good beer in the world. And now we're gonna bring that up, and now Michael's gonna say you gotta mix Budweiser with vodka because he swears by it. You gotta drink Budweiser. It's the only beer to drink in this world. Like, what else kind of beer is there to drink? And don't say anything else because it all sucks. Budweiser is the only beer that you can drink. So it's actually funny because the garage is divided into two sections. This side is Matt's side, that side is his dad's side. So all that stuff that's over there is all my father's, even the motorcycle. The tractor's mine, the motorcycle's his. And even though my stuff has definitely invaded his side over there, that's why I'm continuously cleaning. I'm trying to get all of his stuff separated so all my stuff's over here and all of his stuff's over there. And then I can spend the time to go through here and actually organizingly put things away and put them oh man, dude, Bud Select. That's where it's at. If I could still have Bud Select right now, I would be much appreciative of it. But they of course canceled it because people apparently didn't drink it much. Just like they stopped making Budweiser Black Crown, and that was also my favoriteest beer in the world, and they stopped making it. Feel like there's something else that was Budweiser that was pretty fucking good. They just stopped making as well, but I can't remember. Bud Select, man. Kind of sad you brought that up, just because now I really want a Bud Select. They're fucking delicious. Fucking delicious, man. I'm almost kind of feeling wired enough tonight where I feel like after a live stream, I might just play some video games, dude. I'm pretty much wide awake for being fucking 11 o'clock. I'm really trying to think of something else I should do, or I can do, while I'm just sitting here doing nothing. I mean, I did my light. I'm really happy about that light, because, like, now you don't have that weird glare. You know, this light does a good, adequate job of lighting my face, but instead of having this darkness in the background that would screw with the camera, now you have a full lit up area to see my beautiful face, and be able to see things that I'm going to be doing in the future when I work on the drafter, and I got an air compressor sitting right there. I got to finish working on. I jump on working on it because I keep thinking in my head all the fucking times I could use an air compressor, but I don't know where the tools are to start working on the air compressor, so that kind of rules out working on the air compressor. You need to try to pop the main valve out of that tank because it was leaking air real bad, and I don't know if it's leaking because it's cracked and it's actually broken, or if it's just leaking because, like, it's not got a good seal, because I could always gaff tape that motherfucker shut. It'll be good to go. But I have a feeling it's probably not that simple because it's a plastic cap in a metal tank. And it just kind of makes me feel like, why would you put a plastic receiving pipe thingy on top of a metal tank? It's also funny because this air compressor is literally like probably from the 70s as well as this tractor, so it's a bit old, it's a bit sketchy, but if I could get myself another air tank and hook it up and have two tanks and have that pump have to run longer, which I really wouldn't give a shit about because it's a little pump and it probably would struggle to get shit going, but it would work. So who all do we still have? Because we only have 3 people now. We were up to 5 or 6 at one point. Now we're down to 3. I'm assuming that Yup's still here. Maybe Michael. Maybe Rachel. Not really sure. Regardless, I ran out of pop, which really sucks because I got nothing to drink out here. Wow, dude. That's really crazy that would happen to you. See, there was one night that I think it happened to me, that something like that happened to me too. I don't really remember it though. I was really drunk and it was a fun time regardless, but oof. Ghosts are scary. That's for damn sure. Always think it'd be cool to meet a ghost in real life, but scary as hell if you really did, because then if you were all alone, then you have to try to not sound crazy and convince everybody else that you saw a ghost. But man, really still mad that you brought up Bud Select, because I really like Bud Select. So really, really like Bud Select. And I can't have it now. And that's all I want. Damn it. Go back in time and get me some. Yeah, I know. It was a scary night. I question it a lot because it's like it's probably the only time the three of us actually have ever had a moment where we truly couldn't explain what the fuck just happened and what we did. And then you made me and Mike go in there and turn the TV off, and we went in with our backs to each other, freaking out. I'm still terrified to think that I even went in that fucking house after that shit was going down. I was terrified shitless. I'm out of pop. That little sip was just enough to tease my whistle with the beautiful, glorious taste of Mountain Dew. Izzy, stop crying. I'm not playing with you. It's the middle of the night, and you're not supposed to be awake anyways. You're supposed to be sleeping. But I'm sitting here talking to my stream, so you think that means that you don't have to go to sleep. But you gotta lay down and go night-night. Lay down and go night-night. I see you standing over there. Lay down and go night-night. It's night-night time. Lay down. Stop being a big baby. God. Big baby. Dude. Oh, man. What to talk about now? What to talk about? There are many things in this garage. Many, many things. Many things that I look at and go, well, I kept that because I wanted it, but now I don't know what to do with it. Was it more scary? All by yourself? You can't put your big boy pants on and be all by yourself? Hey, at least they got internet down there now. You might be by yourself, but at least you have internet to use. It would be so much better if I would have taken my Xbox now because we could have actually played online while being down south, which just seems like a mind-blowing thing anyways. Or even you could take your Xbox down south and we could still play even if I wasn't down there. Because now you have the ability to Xbox with me whenever because you have an Xbox. And Rachel, I really did quite enjoy our Minecraft session today. Well, good night, Michael. Have a good night. Have fun burying more people tomorrow. Another 2 people tomorrow, I should say, because you said you can only do 2 a day. That seems like an interesting job for sure, to bury people. Obviously, dead people. Yes, Xbox, exactly. We can Xbox. And it was fun to Xbox. We can play more tomorrow, that's fine. I definitely need to spend some time working in my garage, so we either need to play earlier in the morning or probably around the same time that we did today, just so that way I do have some form of time out here to try to finish up making this more visibly beautiful for everybody's faces. And hopefully it also won't be as fucking cold tomorrow, so I'm not sitting here freezing my butt off. Ba, ba, ba. And my heater would be running and be warming my feet up because my toesies is cold, but the light is what's using the extension cord that was running my heater. So now I don't have any heat. Sucks to suck. I don't have any other extension cords out here. that I could use as any form of temporary light source pluggage. That makes any sense. Alright, that's good. We'll play sometime tomorrow afternoon then. And I'm sitting on a speaker. Wondered why my butt hurt. Oh man. Oh yeah, the comfiness of sitting in a car chair in your garage. Yeah, I'm just relaxing, straight relaxing. Oh yeah, you do? What kind of trucks? Do these trucks happen to haul plastic around? And maybe a few various other things? I love how you put that. I'd play with you guys, but I have to work, dot, dot, dot. I caught on quite a while ago, just to let you know. It was quite a while ago. Quite a while ago. We can still go with it. That's fine. I have no problem pretending I have no idea who you are. Keep learning about you. I wonder what kind of stuff he drives around in those trucks all day. It's a very interesting name, though. I really didn't know that was your name. I pretty much realized that. No, I'll be honest. What led to the failure was the telling me you met me at Thirsties, because nobody I met at Thirsty I would have ever told my YouTube channel to, and secondly, everybody I met at Thirsties was usually 10 times as wasted as I was, and I was pretty wasted. So there's no way in hell. No, it was all right. I give you credit for attempting it. I really do. You did a good job. Like I said, your intro story of how we met wasn't sufficient enough. It was a good idea to use the drunken state, because yes, I could have easily probably met somebody drunk and maybe somehow it led to that. But I was like, see, I feel like if you would have met me when I was drunk at the bar, you would have messaged me before now being like, hey, I'm the guy you met at the bar. And I would have probably been like, oh shit, that's that guy I met at the bar. But I've never had anybody do that. So I would think really weird that somebody waited until today to finally talk to me after meeting me at the Thirsty Cowboys a year ago. That was me looking at my watch that I don't own. But yeah, I feel like the jet ski story probably definitely would have also sold me on everything. It was a good one. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed playing it off like we were still talking about it. That's why I kept talking about you to Rachel. I thought you guys would have caught on to that. That I kept bringing you up, saying that I needed your help and that I needed you to help me with this and this. It was a good story though. Izzy, stop crying. I'll let you out, but you're just gonna run in circles. And you're gonna pick your ball up and throw it at me, and then you're gonna whine at me why I'm not throwing the ball to you. And it's because it's night time. It's not time for Puppy to be up running around. It's time for Puppy to be going to bed. I'm gonna have to figure something out about this whole dog thing, because she is definitely not gonna sleep if I'm gonna be out here late at night every night, chit chatting and pity whacking out here. You know what I'm saying? Chit chatting that pity whacking. Oh man. We have a lot of good stories from down south. Like pretty much every story from down south is good. I can't really ever think of a time that I've ever. Well, you can think of one time that I had a specifically really bad weekend, um, due to the Woodsfield area people. But besides that, I mean, even the ones that were close but never really truly happened, like the Peel guy, the Peel. You got a Peel in your front seat. That story just makes me laugh nowadays. I mean, I was mad as fuck by the time we left, but it was funnier than shit. Trying to think. I feel like there was another time that was really close that we got away with something when we shouldn't have, but I don't remember what it was or where we would have been. Hmm. Maybe I don't. Maybe it wasn't. But besides that, I don't really think there was much other times that we ever went down south and had ourselves um had a bad weekend. Yeah, that orange peel. There's an orange peel in your front seat. Actually, funny enough, I heard a dispatcher on YouTube that was from Ohio say the same thing. She's like, "There's a peel. The guy's got peels all around him," and I was like, "Oh my god!" Apparently, there's a big chunk of Ohio people that say peel, and that it wasn't just that fucking redneck piece of trash dude. Let's go find these two young kids walking around this here nature preserve to go arrest them for an ibuprofen laying on the front seat. Yeah, yeah. Clinton had no respect for the quads. I mean, we definitely beat on the quads, but we beat on the quads with the knowledge of knowing pretty much how far those quads really could or couldn't go. I feel like Clinton pushed all the quads to the maximum. He definitely got really fucked up all weekend. Definitely threw up really early when none of us threw up. We are not the crazy. We like to have a good time. We like to get drunk and have a good time, but we aren't the type that wants to go completely batshit crazy and break everything and then wonder why we can't ever go down south and do anything fun. It's like, oh, maybe it's because they don't want us treating their shit like shit. Besides the one time that Mike hotwired the red quad to get it running because we had no idea where the key was. And it was either him ride a completely broken four wheeler or hotwire the red one. So he just and good to go. We were good to go. Keys are for people who don't have keys. Oh wait, what? Keys are for people who have keys. I said that completely backwards. Um, yes, exactly. We have common sense is what I would put it to. I mean, there's definitely times where I've done donuts in the field and tore it up pretty bad and felt pretty bad about it, but I don't think that it was ever enough that anybody ever really bitched and moaned. At least I never heard anything about it. If people bitched and moaned, I know they didn't like it if we tore up the 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 oil well path, but it was pretty much tore up already. Besides the hill that leads up to the actual oil pump, that was pretty flat and safe, nice. Oh, hey, since you guys are both here anyways, I will bring up the fact of I found these last night in my garage, and Rachel had just gotten off or something, or she had just fallen asleep because I kept trying to talk to her, but she wouldn't answer me back, and that's what made me realize she wasn't actually watching the stream anymore. But these shoes are the shoes that I wore when we were in West Virginia and we were in the river. I like that, Mike. Um, so yeah, so these were the shoes that got all wet and they smell like musty. They don't really smell bad because obviously they've sat outside for a really long time, and as my mom said, probably has had mice living inside of them. But But it's kind of cool to know that when these shoes do completely break, I do have backup shoes because these ones are just a little weird looking, being as they got worn through a river. My mom's like, "Why would you wear those in a river?" And I was like, "Well, because they had water shoes and I didn't. So if I wanted to walk in the water, I needed shoes. Duh. Duh." I still remember. Yeah, I was just gonna say, I still remember that weekend like it was like yesterday. It was so much fun walking through the water and letting it carry you down river until you take a rock up your ass, doing the exploring around the rocks, stuff like that. It was cool. That stuff was really cool. I think it was my first time I ever really got to play inside of a river that was like legit, not just like a little creek in somebody's backyard, like Mike's backyard in his old house. And then you talk about that West Virginia river, and it's like, no, that's a real river. Like, that motherfucker had current. Yes. And then Mike caught that snake. I also talk about that a lot too, because that was just fucking crazy lucky that you even got that lucky cast to catch that fucking snake, let alone that I had the balls enough to drag that snake halfway to me. Should have just cut it and gone. Still waiting for the next time we go down there and we're out by the water and we just see a bobber floating across the water where the snake is taking it across. He's still living, still out there looking for us. Gonna strike down at any minute. Izzy, lay down. Lay down. Bert, it's cold in this garage. What is that much of a surprise to think that the garage that's completely open to all the elements is cold? If I had a front door, it wouldn't be too bad. Or if Ohio would make up its mind and instead of, being nice yesterday, freezing cold today, excuse me. And I know the next few days are going to fluctuate a lot in temperature as well. So no holding my breath that anything's going elaborately is going to change. What time is it? It's 11:30 already. God. I'm contemplating whether I want to stop streaming right now so I can go inside and play Xbox because I'm cold and I could totally play some Xbox right now. But I also don't want to be mean and kill my stream for all you guys just because I want to be greedy and go play Xbox. Longer videos are better anyways. The longer the video is, the more likely it is that YouTube will post it to the front of their pages when you upload it. If you're consistent with uploads, if I continue to do 2-hour streams every day for like 2 or 3 weeks, it will start putting me in front of everybody else. Oh, now you're gonna tempt me and tell me that Mike will play with me? What were we gonna play though? I mean, we could play Halo. I'm not against playing Halo, but kind of don't want to play Halo. I really want to play zombies, but I'm afraid that since Mike does have to work tomorrow, we'd end up getting sucked into a map that we never die and we make it to round like 19 again. And that would probably be like another hour or so of being up, which I have no problem with, but Mike does have to go to bed at some point. And then we have Minecraft, which Mike could obviously play in our world that we've been working on now, and he could start building his own house. We could do zombies tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, isn't it? I think today's Thursday. I don't know. Yeah, I think. Yeah, because I think my dad's off work for the next 3 weeks because he has this next week off due to the way they have the schedule set up for the city anyways, and then the week after that is turkey season. He's taking the entire week off to guarantee to do to to guarantee to get a turkey during that week. So he's off all turkey season week. And then the week after that would have been the week that he had off work anyways. He literally has a 3-week period which he gets off, which is awesome and not awesome at the same time. But yeah, and then I figure once I start getting this whole Minecraft world that we worked on today, I want to make it more interesting for Baby Man when he plays. Mike can build his house somewhere wherever he wants to build it, and then I'll have my house, and then we'll all have our own little city inside of an area that has no monsters. Yeah, he's still going down there because he's all alone down there. He's not gonna see nobody or deal with nothing, So he's just going out because he can go out there and go stay at the cabin and go crawl out into a field one morning and hopefully get a turkey. Since we gotta eat, food, and when the government falls and Walmart isn't stocked anymore because everybody pillages and raids it, we can have frozen turkey that we can eat on for like a week because this is probably as long as a turkey frozen would be worth. On top of all the deer meat that we already have, and rabbits and squirrels that have never been cooked. They're just sitting there frozen, waiting to be touched. For when it's an absolute need, we'll have food on backup. And then yeah, it sucks only because you guys really only have 4 games. I mean, like, you have Forza, which we obviously have already proven that you need to play a good chunk of Forza before you really play online, because then you won't have everything that I have, like just all the races you can do, all the drag races, all the drift races, all the races. Then you have Minecraft, and then you have Halo, and then you have Zombies, which is 4 games. That's a decent number, but there's also a lot more games out there. A lot of games out there that are cheap and or free that you guys could download. You know what? Let me give you guys a recommendation list right here. I'm going to pull out my phone. It's at 36%, so I have a feeling it's not going to work. But we will see. I'm going to bring up my Xbox app, and I'm going to bring up the Xbox Game Pass. We're going to see all the games that are on the Game Pass that you guys would be able to get because you obviously have Game Pass. And then I could tell you of maybe another game or two that would be worthwhile downloading. Okay, it sent me to the internet. Like, I already have Game Pass. You don't gotta. It wants me to install a completely separate app just to see what games are in Game Pass. It's like, no, I'm good. Shouldn't need to. Crazy. Guess you do have to have the app just to be able to look at it, which is really dumb. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense to think that I need a separate app just to see what games are available. Xbox Game Pass. Here, download this app just so we can tell you the games you can get on Xbox Game Pass and do nothing else with it, because there's literally no reason to have an app downloaded to your phone just for Game Pass, because you can't play any of those games on Game Pass. But if I tell you them now, you can download them now and they'll be ready by the time you go to play them tomorrow. because everything in this world's got to be downloaded on Xbox, and Xbox is a not nice person and takes forever to download anything. Really, you're gonna make me sign in? Or are you already a member? I'm like, yeah, I've been a member for a very long time. Oh, wait, are you Murder? Oh, wow, golly gee whiz. I think you are. Yes, this is me. Thank you. Oh my God. Well, the cool thing is I killed my phone. All right, tell me your idea for your video. I will definitely listen to you. Um, in your long YouTube knowledge. Oh, I don't. Oh, no, back. Bad. I wonder if my dog thinks I'm talking about her. Oh yeah, you guys can download GTA 5. Dude, an abandoned tunnel explorer would be actually probably a hugely watched video. Absolutely. Perfect video. GTA 5 is on Game Pass. You guys could download GTA 5. It's a bit rough to learn how to get good at, but Mike's already played GTA 5, so he already knows what it is. There's another game called Ark, ARK, Ark Survival. Mike also has played that game before. You should know it. I think oh yeah, Halo 5. You definitely need to get on and download Halo 5 for Xbox Game Pass because it's on there and you only have Master Chief Collection that only goes to 4, but 5 is amazing. And the campaign I'm playing on Legendary is really easy. Let's see. Let's see what else is in the most popular section. Definitely GTA, and I would definitely say um, Halo 5 would be smart choices to go with. Um, I mean, there's a lot of good games in this Xbox Game Pass. I'm just skipping over like 95% of the decent games out here because I'm just trying to think of what would be not filling your Xbox up, but would still be worth it. Oh, you guys definitely need to get Payday 2 Crime Wave Edition. We can all three be bank robbers and rob money from banks and stuff like that. It's really cool. It's actually awesome because it's based off of the Joker and the gangs that he rolls with. So you all get painted masks and sweet guns, and you get to do bad guy missions for Bane and the Joker and stuff like that. It's pretty awesome. Not many games in this world allow you just to be just the bad guy. Like, GTA is like, oh, be bad, be good, do whatever you want. This one's like, no, you're just a bad guy. Mhm. Yeah, I'm killing my phone. I'm down to 10% when I open this app up. Yeah, good call for down for Halo 5 because it's definitely a go-to. Mhm. Just trying to look through the games and see what games will be good for like two people. You know, like obviously there's a there's Fishing Sim World Pro Tour. We could be fishermen together. Actually, I have no idea if it's a two-player game, but I'm sure somehow we could both fish on the same boat together or something. I have no idea how to play it because I've never fished in a video game before, but we know how you guys love your angling. You know, a whole bunch of games that are just interesting, fun games to play. There's another game. It's called Sea of Thieves. It's really cool. It's an online open world pirate game in which you, me, and Rachel would all join the world and be pirates. And we'd have to sail across the sea. And there's different, like, no, anglers. They definitely call people fishermen anglers. Well, we gotta find a time. When are we gonna go out to the tunnels and to record said creepy tunnel video? They definitely call them anglers. I will say you guys' names are danglers, but I'm telling you, I've heard people call people anglers before. What? I'm confused. Was bait supposed to be where hair was? Or did you type hair and then type bait? I have no idea what you're talking. I have no idea what you're saying over there. I need to get the chesty mount for the GoPro and hook it up, and I can take my camera and my cell phone, and we'll spend some time exploring the creepy caves that Pennywise the clown from It is probably living inside, and he's going to eat our souls until some children decide to man up and kill the big old clown. Well, let's do it on a day. Let's do it on a day where we can take that big engine that you had for the for the for the skidster, and we can bring it home and put it on top of big old dragster over here. I mean dractor. His name's Dractor, okay? Like a drag tractor. Dractor. He's Dractor. He's going to live. He's going to be super fast one day. If we can put really big engine on him, make him go fast one day. I decided I want him to go fast. I want him to go fast. I want him big tires in the front so we can turn, and I want to go up really steep hill with him while going fast, preferably. You got big old tractor tires in the back. Look at the tread on that tire right there. You can see it in the shot right there. Oh, that's a mean tractor tread. GPT. Half of it's covered up by a piece of metal, but it's a big old tractor tire. She meant for peeling up dirt. I also have a 125 carburetor laying on my floor. Not really sure where it came from because, I had that 125 dirt bike engine, that pit bike engine for a long time that we took out to Mike's work. But I don't know if you still have that engine anymore because I have the carburetor for it. I have no other need for a 125 pit bike carburetor engine. Well, this is a carburetor, it's not an engine, but you know what I mean. It's a Dekni, I think. Dickney. It's a Dickney. You know, all those dicks and knees you put together. Dickney. It's a Dickney carburetor. Carburetor. Pull up my pants. Let's see this. Watch this eliminates. Boom, look at that. Look how much light gets eliminated just from unplugging that light. That light is a good addition to this garage. It was a smart choice for me to bring it home, and then even smarter for me to hang it up like I did because it's actually secure. I trust it. I trust it until it falls down at least. I mean, I really have no need for that 125 unless we can get it running somehow, because if we could get that 125 running, I would probably put that on the tractor instead, but realistically, a 125 is like the equivalent of a 5-horse motor. It's just different. It has gears, so it'd be a little bit different because you'd have the gear on the engine, then you'd have the gear on the tractor, and then you'd have the gears in the rear end of the tractor. Which, I mean, I guess triple geared just means you go super fast, right? When you have super fast triple gears running you. Being in like 4th gear in the motor and being 3rd gear in the transmission for the tractor, and then being in high gear. Oh, the big engine's still sitting there. Well, that's what I'm saying. We need to bring her over here and slap Ron here and go fast and go up hills and do all kinds of dumb stuff because this tractor will annihilate. It will be like your super fancy tractors, those Craftsman tractors we always used to build when we were younger, but we'll be adults and they'll be a little bit more sturdy maybe. And it will go much, 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 much faster. Be able to go through much more mud and get much more stuck. And eventually we'll put a winch on it so we can pull it or other things out. And like Rachel was saying, she'd bring the pit bike down and then we'd have 2 things. We just need something else for somebody else to ride. Or if you still had that 125 engine, we could try to put that 125 on that little street bike I have, kind of like those Cars and Cameras guys did, where they put that big engine on that tiny little crotch rocket that's for 50cc crotch rocket. Make it into a drag bike. Just because I do want to turn that into something fancy at one point too, but that's another thing where I don't really have the particular tools to be doing that stuff right now. My dog is going nuts. She's playing with a ball by herself because I won't play with her and she won't go to bed either. So she's like, fuck you, I'll just stay out here and play with a ball by myself. Well, to be honest with you, it's 11:56, which means late. Technically, I could end the stream now. Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that dirt bike. That thing is so much fun. I enjoyed riding that thing even when it was on its way out. It was still extremely fun. Be fun to go rip on that guy again. Then it would actually be like normal, like more of what it's actually supposed to be like when you ride it, and not like a little baby 4-stroke. Brr, dude, I'm cold. I'm going to finish this cigarette, and after the cigarette, I'm going to end the stream so I can go inside because I'm cold and I want to warm up. And maybe I can get to bed at a decent time this evening so I'm not up all night. Because that'd be also great to not sleep all day tomorrow and get up to do some stuff. I can't believe I set up this real fancy little armrest right here. Holds the speaker. I could put a drink in there. I could set an Xbox controller in there. I could come outside and play video games and be in a nice comfy chair. I want to build another one on this side. It's the same deal. The other speaker will be over here. I'll have room to put stuff. Just sit in my race car chair and play. Actually, I won't play Xbox because I don't have an Xbox to bring outside, but I can bring my PlayStation 2 out here. Something. Oh wow, I yawned. That doesn't happen often. It's this cigarette because I told myself this is the last cigarette and I'm going to bed. So my body's like, shut it down. Going to bed soon. Start shutting everything down. Brain's shutting down. Organs are slowly dissipating. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Somebody's talking about me on Facebook, and I think I like it. Well, actually, it's the girl that I was talking to on Facebook for a short time, like a day's worth, and then I haven't messaged her again. So she's probably wondering why this guy reached out to her, had a full day's conversation with her, and then has never talked to her again. But that's how I play things. Oh, turned my heater on so the light went dim. Oh, don't you be mean. Stop making noises. Please. 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 No. You're supposed to stop. Stop. Sounds healthy, doesn't it? God damn it. It's so annoying. Ah. Interesting. I think I made it worse. That sounds good on the camera. See, it's on, so I really don't want to pry my fingers inside of something that's on. Damn thing is fucked up. Also, don't want to get electrocuted and all that's got wires in there. You know what? I think we'll just stop sticking my hand inside that heater while it's plugged in. We'll just let it sit there off, and I'll deal with the extra couple minutes without a fucking heater, so I don't cut my fingers off or electrocute myself. Oh, I wonder how many cigarettes I've smoked today. Yeah, I opened this pack at 2 in the afternoon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 cigarettes left. So 2 in the afternoon. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's been 10 hours and I've smoked 12 cigarettes. Guess that's not horrible. It realistically means I had 1 cigarette an hour, every hour, and then technically there were 2 hours in which I smoked 2 cigarettes instead of just 1 in an hour. Still way more cigarettes than I need to be smoking, but it's all right. Actually, funny enough, you guys are still there. I totally forgot that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's true. I totally did forget about that. But that also makes it worse because that means I'm smoking like 2 cigarettes every hour, besides the time that I wasn't smoking when we were playing Minecraft, because I didn't have one for like 4 hours. But I don't remember what I was talking about though. Oh yeah, I was gonna talk about my credit card. So I was like bumming for money, and I was like, dude, I got some change that I could go buy some cigarettes with probably, but I hate buying in change. And I was like, oh man, I forgot I got this credit card that I've been making payments on, but I haven't touched in a really long time because I'm paying the minimum and it's taking interest charges out of that minimum every single time. So I'm only adding like $10 credit to every time I pay my bill. And I looked at my credit card and I had like $50. And I was like, oh shit, I got $50. I can buy cigarettes. And so I went to go, I was getting ready to leave to go to the drive through so I could go buy cigarettes. And I realized I totally forgot that I have a whole second credit card that got mailed to me years ago that I activated. And then after I activated it, I cut the card up and threw it away so I wouldn't be able to use it. So now I have to have them send me a new card, which kind of sucks. But now I've got this card with almost $1,000 just sitting there. Obviously, I don't want to climb even more into debt, so I'm not going to use it. I haven't used it, but I kind of just completely forgot that I have a whole credit card with almost $1,000 that I could use at any time that's just sitting